All right, let's fire her up. Hopefully she starts right up. It's been a while, but everything should be fine. We'll see. Yet. I'm gonna let her idle for a while, and we'll see how she does. She's been going for a while now. Don't see any leaks. I'm going to put her through some gears. Then I'll go through and check the fluid, make sure everything's right. You can see the dash doesn't light up or do anything for that matter. So, I guess I can see still the indicator for my transposition, but we'll just kind of go through those. Shouldn't sound like she's taking any of them. Going into any gears at this point. I'm sure the shift linkage is probably out of alignment. I'll look around and find out where it should be. If you guys have any better ideas of how to align it, let me know. I'll try to take it from there and see what I can find out later. Alright, we're back. I know this video kind of seems all over the place. Got everything back in, fired her up. It was running nice. The only issue was the shift linkage wasn't lining up properly. So I'm gonna get down there right now and try to see if I can get that lined up right. All right, so this is how it was, or is currently. Hard to tell where it's lined up, so it should be. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I want to say. Maybe in the other direction. You know what? Scratch that. Just a sec. Alright, so I just kind of recorded it to see what it was doing when I tried to put it into gear. So I got to loosen this nut up. I'm going to put it into... Oh man, it looks like it's leaking. It's just a seal I just replaced, no big deal, right? Crap. Well, anyways, loosen that nut up. I'm gonna push it into a park by hand and then try to do it on the column and then kind of lock it into place and see if that lines up. Let's see. Okay, so I'm thinking that's park. sink that down. I think that's right. All right, so let's see what happens now. I don't know if I actually have to have it running for this to make a difference, but we're gonna try it anyways. Let's see. Oh yeah, that feels good. Still not going into one. I think I'm gonna fire it up and see if it'll go. Hopefully I don't wake up the neighborhood. We'll give that a shot. Welcome to the world's slowest garage door. Put in one of these quiet openers and it's quiet because it's so slow. My kid just went to sleep, so hopefully this doesn't wake him up. Again, little exhaust leak. So after digging into it for a little bit, I actually dropped the pan and looked at all these shift bracket and whatnot inside of the transmission. I got it all lined up that way. It looks like it lines up right on the column. I did notice I'm quite a bit low on fluid, so that could be my issue. I had considered putting 5 in. I ended up only putting 4 in. And I drained the pan, and then I feel like I'm only getting, I don't know, 1.5 out of it, so the rest of it's inside of the transmission, which means I need quite a bit more. So I'm gonna pick some more up tomorrow. I did notice a lot of these shift linkage bushings are all pretty much shot, so I'm gonna see if I can track down a source for that. I get a lot of my parts through Auto Crafters. Hopefully they have a kit, otherwise I might be able to find something online. I'll hit up some of the Facebook groups to see if somebody has an idea as well, but I'm going to shut it down for now and kind of go from there. All right, another quick catch up. I got the pan back on, bolted down. I didn't get as much fluid out as I thought, so I think that the fluid probably was pretty light on it. I got everything lined up on the shift linkage, matching up with the column. I'm going to, I topped off the fluid. From what I can tell, it being cold, it was kind of dark out and late, so I didn't want to fire it up. I'm going to fire it up now, let it warm up a little bit, see if I can get the fluid where it needs to be. I have a couple extra quarts, and then hopefully at that point it'll start taking the gears, but we'll see. All right, here we go. Open up the garage. Well, I'll probably check the fluids real quick first. I know it's cold, but currently it looks overfilled, but we'll see how much it takes once it's warmed up. Gonna let it warm up for a little while. I did notice a coolant leak. I think it's just coming from the lower radiator hose, and a leak in the rear end. I don't know. Take a look at that after I get this problem fixed. Right now, this is a little more important. I'd like it to be able to go into here, especially because I need to clear this area out so I can put another vehicle in here for the winter, and then pull this one back in. So I have to pull this out first, but kind of need reverse to do that. So. Let her warm up now, and then we'll kind of take it from there. Okay, so I just tried it out. It works. The shift lever is still really notchy. I know the bushings are pretty blown out, so it could be that. Or it could just have more issues. I haven't checked the level yet. Let me actually see what that looks like. Trying to figure out where I can put you guys. Running her through a little bit, it looks like the fluid is still low, so I'm going to put some more in and hopefully it gets better. Boy, she's got a couple exhaust leaks and she's probably running rich because it just smells like straight gas in here. So it kind of works. I think it's just an issue with the shift linkage at this point. It's having trouble lining up. It is going to gears. I adjusted it. I put it in the park. It stops. I put it in reverse, kind of where it lines up, and it goes. It's hard to get it to take the gear, but I mean, the linkage is pretty sloppy. Let's see, we got a flashlight. Oh, that's a kick down, I guess. You know what? I guess the shift linkage up here is sloppy. Where does that come out? Right there. I mean, she's old, she's tired. Oh, look at that. Trying to get it to where you can see the linkage down here, but well, anyways, it's loose. I'm gonna actually try to put on the wheels and see if I can back her out of here enough to get the other vehicle inside. All right, well, I'm gonna sit down the camera for that, so we'll see how it goes. So the batteries ran out on my camera again. But long story short, I got both vehicles in here. Not as much space to work on as I had before, but you know, we're gonna make it work. She gets into gear, still very notchy. Sometimes you can get it, sometimes you can't. Got to keep playing with it, and I'd really like to say it's the shift linkage, but I don't know, to be honest. I'm gonna convert to a floor shift anyways, so maybe when I do that at the same time, that'll help crispen it up, so to speak. But you know, we'll come across that when we get there. The next couple things I want to do with it, I do need to figure out why none of the dash is working. I don't know if it even has, you know, how much fuel it has in it. Nothing on the cluster is working, so I'll do a little bit of electrical work. I know also that there was a leak on the radiator pipes, so I might either replace those or just clean them off and see what's going on there. Rear end, I don't know if we can see it, but right, where's my flashlight? You see she's leaking pretty good right there, right where the seals against. What is that? I'm not going to start the welding of the pans yet. There's a couple other electrical issues I got to figure out. Some of the lights aren't working. I know, like, the headlights are working fine. That signal's working, that signal isn't. I want to say the whole right side and the rear isn't working. Yeah, that whole side is out. This side is working fine. Yeah, that marker wasn't working. I'm probably just going to go through and try to figure out some of these electrical issues. I might have to pull the dash out. There's some wonky wiring in the engine bay that I got to figure out what's going on. I think that's where I'm at right now. After that, I'll worry about welding in the new pans. I'll worry about getting new seats, taking this god-awful ugly red interior out, repainting everything black most likely, or dark gray perhaps, swapping out the steering wheel, putting some aftermarket gauges. I think I'm actually going to do a lot of 3D printing and designing. I'm going to design a little pod that sits down there by where the radio will be, because there's no radio. Oh, another thing is the wipers stopped working. They were working when I got the car, and then they just died. Gotta go through the fuses yet. Eventually gotta replace all of the seals. I mean, just look at that guy, weather checked all the way. I do have most of the seals. I'm gonna have to pull this windshield out. I've never done one of those before. I've seen a couple of YouTubes and whatnot about it. Talked to a couple people who have done it. They do a decent one on Auto Resto Mods, also one on, forget the guy's name, Paint Paper Hustle, the one who has a drag, Maverick. He does a pretty good in-depth on it. So I'll kind of go by what those guys gave off and pull the front and the rear so I can replace the seals on both of those, as well as replace the headliner. This dirty tan-ish, whatever it's supposed to be. I do have, it's kind of folded up at the moment, a nice black one along with some black carpet. But I got more important things to get to first. And I don't know, we'll kind of take it from there and see where it leads us. So, I work a lot, family, and I'm gonna try to upload videos as often as I can. Also, I'm new to editing videos, so I don't exactly know how that's gonna work. And shooting videos, I know I mumble a lot. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Stick with me. I promise it'll get better. And I'll just try to keep you guys updated on things as I progress along. Until next time, I'll see you later, and hopefully you're enjoying the Comet Maverick content I'm creating.